James Cook is lightning in a glass bottle. If you thought the name sounded familiar, that's because it is. Although James Cook is second in the NFL in rushing, in the past 4 games, Cook has averaged 21 touches and 141 yards as he's being unleashed in a new version of Joe Brady's offense. From vicious cuts to the hands to the ability to go long, there's no secret that James Cook is versatile. But you probably have one question. What exactly is lightning in a glass bottle? Well, I'm here to show you. Let's roll the tape. For all my new viewers, when we talk about running backs in particular, you can see by this play here, I like to start off with the play that's muggy. When I say muggy, I want to see what the running back creates on his own. When it's an unideal situation, how do you look in the backfield? I think anybody can run through a wide open gap, but when you have to create, are you that guy? And right here, we're going to see that from James Cook. I want us to focus on our 3 tech and our 1 tech. Now, what we're going to see is Osa Odighizuwa. He's going to slant outside, and this causes friction for the left tackle and Deion Dawkins. Also, when we focus on our 1 tech, he slants inside. So now for James Cook, as soon as he gets the handoff, he has immediate penetration in his face. This doesn't allow us to press the line of scrimmage. This doesn't really allow us to read out the line of scrimmage because now we have to make something happen immediately. So he gets straight into his jump cut, and I want us to look at Donovan Wilson right here. This is showing off the agility, and I always said when I talk about a running back, can you get east to west as fast as you get north to south? We're seeing that right from James Cook, creating, getting into the jump cut. Now we're seeing the agility. And then he also reads out the block by Gabe Davis, cutting back up to the football field. This is a muggy run, something that James Cook created for himself. When we talk about expected yards for a run, not a lot of yards expected right here, but James Cook went and got some. Now, right here on this play, last play we had inside zone. Right here we got a traditional power. And I just want to point out something by Joe Brady and his excellence. We're going to see James Cook lined up to the right of Josh Allen at the initial start of the play. One quick signal by Josh Allen. Now James Cook is lined up to the left. Look at our linebacker in Damone Clark. He moves from in front of our guard to now he's outside of this tackle box. And I think what this does is because it's a power play to the right, but what they're doing is getting a numbers game. Move this linebacker outside of the box so he has a harder pathway to get to the football, and now we're creating it. Now also, we're going to have some more immediate penetration, but look at Deion Dawkins right here. What he's going to do for O'Cyrus Torrence, he's going to help him out a little bit. When we get this down block from our 3 tech right here, now, all I'm going to do from Deion Dawkins, I give him a quick nudge. I know I got to pull and get to this first outside defender that comes in my way, so I'm doing that, but I'm also giving a nudge to the guy that O'Cyrus Torrence is trying to down block. Let's look at James Cook. More excellence on him, but we got to shout out the offensive line as well. Right here, just reading it out easy, getting through the B gap, and we're seeing creation, brushing off those arm tackles. This is a guy who's doing things like this, and I think it's only going to get better. I like to call it before I see it, and I think we're seeing a running back who can do some very special things. Now, again, like I said, if you're used to how we do these running back film breakdowns, I always have one play on every single roll of the tape edition video I have that I say is going to make you subscribe. And if this play doesn't make you subscribe, I don't know what will. Now, I just talked about patience on the last play. I talked about vision a little bit, but I think on this play, we see patience, we see vision, we see the jump cut, and we see offensive line excellence. This is why this is my favorite play. Now, this is an inside zone play by the Buffalo Bills, but what we're going to see, look at James Cook, takes his hand off, jump cut, press the line of scrimmage. We got some penetration. Now we're going to jump cut this thing. But we also see now our edge defender is holding up a solid edge against Ty Johnson. What does this tell me? If I'm reading out this gap correctly, I can cut back inside. Now, welcome to the dance. Number 30, welcome to the dance. You came down here like you wanted to make a tackle. Now, number 4 is going to make you look silly in the hole. We talk about tackling guys in a phone booth. If you're right in front of me, can you get me down? The answer is no on this play. Excellence by James Cook. And he almost broke this one for a touchdown, got tripped up at the end by number 1. But let's talk about some of the passing game excellence from him. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about James Cook's route running, but I think I want to show this play first because when we talk about security blankets, I think James Cook has been that for Josh Allen. That's usually a term, the security blanket. We usually delegate that to tight ends, but I think for what we've seen, quickly releasing out of the backfield, being a dump off option. James Cook is always going to be there. And it's not really a tell because he's also the guy who carries the football the most for them in the run game. So when you have things like this, now I want to talk about how this messes with the secondary when we sneak a guy out of the backfield. Now, I would bet for my money that this is covered too. And the reason that I'm saying that is I'm looking at our boundary corner. I'm looking at our middle linebacker looking like he's opening up to run the pole. And I'm looking at our 2 split safeties, middle of the field open. Now, with that being said, we're looking at our underneath defenders. We got guys in front of us talking about these 1 and 2 receivers, but when we sneak James Cook out of the backfield, how can you really account for him that quickly? And we're seeing that consistently. This is probably every game thing that we see from James Cook sneaking out of the backfield at least 2 to 3 times. Now, right here, this is the final play we have, and it's discussing James Cook's excellence in the route running game. Now, again, we're manipulating this linebacker in Damone Clark. We see that it's man coverage from the Dallas Cowboys, but what we're going to do, quick signal from Josh Allen. And I want us to look at this route because you would think this is a traditional seasoned veteran receiver, the way that he runs this. Now, when we talk about mismatches, running backs on linebackers, we can kind of see it right here because Damone Clark never looks comfortable in this position. And what James Cook does is he uses his speed at first to stack him. And now this is the problem because once you stack me, first off, I'm a linebacker. Also adding to the fact, now I have a 4-way go kind of because you can't really go straight. It's not enough field for that. If Josh Allen throws that, it's probably going to go out of bounds, but you can cut in, you can break out. And also now if we break and stop, now we can create pass interference situations. So I think we could do whatever we want right here, but it is a corner route. So he does this, stacks him. Now he's behind him. And once we're in that corner, we're extremely wide open. Great ball from Josh Allen. Touchdown by James Cook. Route running. We saw the run plays. We saw it all from James Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, this is lightning in a glass bottle. Thank you for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back in the film room.